ओम सहनावतु
ओम सहनावतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ओम शांति शांति शांति।
ओम शांति शांति।
ओम शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं
ओम शुक्लांबरधरं
शशिवर्णै चतुर्भुजं
शशिवर्णं
प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं
वरदे कामरूपिणी
वरदे कामरूपिणी
विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि
विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि
सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा
सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा
येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम्
येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम्
अधिगम्य महेश्वरात्
अधिगम्य महेश्वरात्
कृष्णौ व्याकरणं प्रोक्तम्
कृष्णौ व्याकरणं
तस्मै पाणिनये नमः
तस्मै पाणिनये नमः
अपोहविसर्जनीयानां कण्ठः
अपोहविसर्जनीयानां कण्ठः
इचूयशानां तालु
इचूयशानां तालु
ऋटुरषाणां मूर्धा ऋतुलसानां दन्त्याः उपद्मानीयानाम् औष्ठौ न्यमगणनानां नासिकाञ्च एतैतौ कण्ठतालु ओदौ तौ कण्ठोष्टम् वकारस्य दन्तौष्ठम् जिह्वामूले यस्य जिह्वामूलम् नासिका अनुस्वारस्य Anybody have any problem in this exercise?
आमा हानि अस्य उपजायते ई મને મત આઈડિયા અને તઈ અદતાન लास्ट में
हाँ हाँ एक मिनट हानिरस्य उपजायते so here hanihi means before visarga it is any vowel except a and a. So here e is there and after visarga vowel is there. So this visarga convert into refa. And here akara at the end of akara word and this is u. Then what will happen? Which sandhi?
O.
Guna sandhi.
Guna sandhi.
This becomes o. So become hani rasya opajayate. So it becomes hani this refa will join akara, so becomes full refa. This becomes rasyo. Then pajayate. So always we have to remember before visarga, any vowel except a and a, the visarga converts into refa. If soft consonant is there, then refa will go up. Like whatever somewhere I have given atma vashair. So if this is soft consonant, refa will go up. But here prakrute, here also prakrute jair gune. But here tehi adattan. So again here refa, but half refa will join akara. So become tehi raddattan. Understand? Vinod bhai. So tehi. So this visarga converted into half refa. And a. So joint refa, this become teir raddattan. Let me write here. Teir raddan pradayabhya bhungte stena eva saha. Teir. Anybody else? Any question regarding this?
राइट साइड में एक्सेप्ट अ ना आर लीधा था ना એટલે
So until now, again we will see, but still we have seen visarga before a, if visarga after akara after visarga, then what will happen? Now do you tell me, anybody? What will happen to this visarga and a?
O.
And drop the a with a sign of avagraha.
Yeah, here I have written. So it becomes O. Like this. This will drop. Soham is a classical example. Then again, before visarga, still akara, but after visarga, soft consonant means mrudu vyanjan. SC, otherwise mrudu vyanjan. So what will happen?
Visarga become O. Then Mrudu Vyanjan leave as it is.
So remain as it is. So suppose Ramaha gacchati, Ramo gacchati. Namo Narayan, whatever you. But Ramaha, if Ramaha gacchati, it becomes Ramo Gacchati. So you only oh. So that we have seen.
Swamiji, here before Visarga only Raswa or Dirga also. Ra.
No, Rama.
Okay,
No.
understood.
Mhm.
Rule.
Before Visarga, if Akara is there.
Only A or
Ah,
all.
A means
Both.
A. Before Visarga, let me write A. And after Visarga, even vowel, any vowel or soft consonant. So Visarga simply drops. So here A plus any vowel or soft consonant. Suppose Ramaha Gachanti. There are many Ramas. Let's assume Ramaha Gachanti. So what will happen?
Rama Gacchati.
Rama Gachanti. We have seen this much. Any doubt? Now we can move further. Any doubt?
So, yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So only in the first rule, saha aham, and it becomes soham, so it becomes one word out of two
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in the fifth rule, buddhihi eka, buddhireka.
Ah.
So in that also it becomes one word.
One word. It becomes one word. Yeah.
And in rest of the rules, two words
They remain
remain
separate. Both words remain separate.
Okay. So always in the first rule it will become one word, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Suppose. So you have to even like before Visarga, any vowel except A and A, it becomes a one word. Now you can check. So Prakruti Jai before Visarga is a I is there. So it becomes Prakruti Jair Gune. Here Tair Dattan becomes one. So whenever even Nirashir, here Nirashir, Nirmamo Bhutva. So both becomes one.
Okay.
Buddhi Rayuktasya. Clear?
Okay. Yes.
Swaminiji, my question is in second rule, before Visarga, you said A.
Before Visarga, Akara is there.
A also only A.
Only A. Yeah, only A. Not A. Only A, but this Visarga is followed by soft consonant.
Yes, that I understood.
But now third rule is A.
But one more you said, Swaminiji. Third rule actually I wrote A, Visarga, any vowel except A and A.
What I say, first rule is before and after Visarga A is there.
Yeah, clear.
First rule. Second rule is before Visarga A is there, but it is followed by SC, means soft consonant.
Yes.
Third is A is there. Before Visarga A is there and may be followed by anything, either any vowel means any swara and soft consonant. Visarga drops. Simply Visarga drops. Fourth rule is any vowel except A and A, because we have covered everything, no? This one. So now remaining is any vowel except A and A. Again, it's followed by anything, followed by either any vowel or soft consonant.
Actually, Swamiji, even I had written rule 3. We had total 5 rules.
Yes.
The third rule was before Visarga is A, followed by any vowel except A and A, Visarga simply drops.
Examples are there, sir. Ramaha plus Ichchati.
Ramaha
Plus Ichchati. Rama Ichchati.
so yeah, then this simply drops, no? The third rule I forgot. Yeah. Ramaha
Bhuyaha eva.
So any vowel simply drops. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it become Rama Icchati. Yeah, we have done right now.
Yeah.
So we have covered this is before Visarga A, after Visarga A, before Visarga A, followed by soft consonant. Third rule is before Visarga still A, Akara, and after Visarga any vowel. Then Visarga drops.
Swaminiji, quick question. In that same one, Ramaha Ichhati,
Hmm?
when the Visarga will drop and but that Rama and Ichhati will be two different words, or we will
Yeah.
have,
Yeah, then Sandhi won't apply.
Sandhi won't apply.
Yeah. Again, we can think of vowel Sandhi, no?
Sandhi, yeah.
Yeah, it won't take place. Yeah. So still, I have kept all our tables in front of us. If I have forgotten, let's see. This, yeah, this third one that I have forgotten. So if before Visarga, Akara, and is followed by any vowel except Akara. That what you have asked, Luvenaji and even Anitaji. So this Visarga simply drops. That we have seen. Fourth rule is this one. Before Visarga Akara and is followed by any vowel or soft consonant, Visarga drops. Here, this Visarga drops. So Shura Maheshwasaha. Nayakaha Mama Sainyasya. Vyavasita Vayam. In this one, before Visarga, any vowel except A and A, this becomes Refa. That also we have seen. Mrutyurdhuvam buddhi reka sthitadir muni ruchyate. So both way, this is sthitadir ruchyate. Vayur
Here,
Hmm?
here I wanted to ask if this is the correct way to write Dhruv,
Hmm?
or
No.
should it be?
This is correct way to write in Sanskrit language, but for our understanding, we can split the sandhi. But while
No.
chanting, yeah, we have to chant like this only.
I'm asking in Mrutyuhu Dhruvam,
Hmm?
this Dhruvam is correct, or there is another way to write Dhruv, right?
No, this repa will go up only. Dhruvam, we can write no other way. This repa
No,
will
only
go
only the word Dhruv.
like this. Dhru means like this.
Yeah, like this, and or we can do Dhriv. Yeah,
Can we
right.
write another way?
Yeah.
It is Rukara. Ru.
So actually there is a half the plus
Yes, half.
half refa.
Okay, it is not R.
No.
Okay.
This half refa. If Ru will be there, would be, then it
Dhru.
should be written like Dhriti. This is C. C is a sign of R. So people always confuse with R, refa before and after. Okay.
The meaning changes, right?
Yeah, total Dhruva. So if we like Dhruva,
Drona.
then this is Dhruva.
What is the difference?
There is no name like Dhruva, but I
Dhruva.
can write here Dhruti. Perseverance is called Dhruti. And the meaning of Dhruva means which remains unchanged. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha. This Dhruva, unchanged.
Okay.
This is called perseverance. Total different meaning.
Swamini ji,
Hmm?
is there another word for perseverance? Niyati or something?
Like a niyati.
Or perseverance, is there any other word?
Generally is Dhruti only. In
Somebody was
Gita,
asking.
because in Gita's 18th chapter, there are 3 types of Dhriti. It's a perseverance, maybe Rajasi, Satviki or Tamasi. So Dhriti, perseverance. Dhiraja, we say, no? Sometimes Dhiraj.
Thank you.
Yeah. So until now, what we have seen, always before Visarga, O, A or AV will come, not anything else, you know. But let me keep A. No, both. We have seen all soft consonant. We have seen all vowel also, but yet we have not seen this hard consonant. So how Visarga behaves in front of half this hard consonant? Ghosh, Ghosh Vyanjana, hard consonant, or a Ghosh? She must be Naglivanaj. Always I forgot, but let me keep hard. So Kakha, Chacha, Tatha, Tatha, Pafa. So I just like to keep any vowel, so any swara followed by Kakha, Ka or Khakara. What will happen to this Visarga?
Simply drop.
No. Any vowel. Nowadays they write like Visarga only, but previous time, ancient time, they will put mark like this. You might have seen old texts. Namah Kalaya. So we have to pronounce like KHH. How to pronounce? Every day we are chanting, no? Jihva Muli, Yasya Jihva Moolam. This is called Jihva Moolam. So in front, but nowadays they remain as it is. Suppose Namah Kalaya. Nobody put this mark. Namaha Kalaya. Namah Kalaya, Namah Kalavikarnaya, Namah Balavikarnaya, Namo Balaya Namah. So Kalaya. So we have to pronounce while chanting Namak Kalaya. Namak. But nowadays they never put mark like this. Like this is the right way to write, but nobody is writing right. Clear?
Swamiji.
Yes.
So in terms of chanting only, this rule of Jihva
Yeah,
Mudra
is
applies,
applicable.
not
Yeah.
for writing.
Not for writing. Nowadays nobody's. But while chanting, we have to be careful. It will come from here.
So there's no sandhi as in...
No sandhi, no sandhi. So is it clear? So should I remove?
So Swamiji, when it is written now, it is written with the Visarga.
With a Visarga only.
Okay.
Even Gita, if you check,
Yes.
there are but with Visarga only.
Yes.
But chanting, we have to be careful. So this we have seen. Kakha. Now, before Visarga, any vowel. followed by cha or chakara. Visarga converts into Shankarasha, half. How? Somebody's asked. In this same table, if you go further, here Sha is there. So actually, when we pronounce Namah Shivaya, even Shanti, 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 if you now, so Namaha Shivaya. This is should be written like Namah Shivaya. Welcome to Namah Shivaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. In Kaha, there are Chan, there is the one Kashchan. You might have read somewhere, no? Kaha means who? Chan is a one particle. So we have to write Kashchana. At that time it becomes like this. But this is compulsory, it's not like a followed by Ka or Kha. Kashchana. In Gita there are many. If you now check, one minute. Payah Shitalam Namah Shivaya. Okay. But why Shakara come? Because Cha and Cha, Shakara is same class. Ichu Yashanam Talu. That's why. If let me check in Gita 1 minute. Suppose Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. This is first shloka of Gita. Pandavaha becomes Chaiva. Because Pandavaha Cha Eva. So it's Pandavaha plus Chakara. Plus Cha. And then Eva. So this is become Vruddhi Sandhi and this becomes Cha.
Swamiji, when it is followed by cha, it joins and becomes one word.
Yeah, becomes one word.
But when it is followed by sha, then they don't put half sha, like shantihi, shantihi, shantihi is written.
No, but actually Shantish, yeah, while pronouncing, we have to chant like Shantish, but they keep separate. But in old, old texts, they put together. But nowadays, they are kept separate everything. For our understanding, but we can write like Shantish.
This sha before cha, I have seen many times, but this
we never
joining sha is not
we
seen.
never seen. Here everywhere, Viratascha, Drupadascha, Kashirajascha, same. Because Visarga followed by Chakara. So we have clear this one, both rules, hard consonant. Now ta and tha. So if visarga, before visarga any vowel, and after visarga either ta or tha, visarga becomes half shanmukhasha. And somebody asked why, so that's why I have kept ready this. Here half shanmukhasha. So there are not much example, but still tikate, tika. Tika means in Rajyabhishek, no? Some put tilaka. Ramaha tikate. This is a verb, tikate is okay. So it's become Ramash. Namashanmukhaya. Shanmukha is too long, no? Right to say. Pashanmukhaya. So we have to write always Namashanmukhaya. Shanmukhaya. So this is the rule. There is a no word on takara. So I don't know anyone if visarga is followed by any takara. Let me check what I have given here. Yeah. Shridharaha Shashthaha. Shridhara Shashthaha. Namashanmukhaya. So look, I have written Meda. We can write Namahashanmukhaya also. We can write Namashanmukhaya. Both are correct. Same way Namashanti. I think that Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Still here now, if visarga is followed by ta or thakara here. So can you tell me what will come? What will be behavior of visarga?
Turn to sa.
Yeah. It's become sakara, half sakara. Suppose namaha plus te. This becomes half sakara. Namaste astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya. Become namaste. So if visarga is followed by either ta or tha, visarga becomes half sakara. Same, what is applicable, we can write separately also, we can write together also here. Gneyasya nitya sannyasi yo na dveshti na kankshati. So gneya sa, if you check, it is given in Gita, I think 5th chapter, 3rd or 4th shloka. So gneyas. So we can keep separate also, we can write together also. one word or two words. Shaknoti ha yash sodom prak sharir vimokshanat. So yes sodom we can keep separate. Yes sodom. But while chanting, it becomes one word. Yes sodom. Clear? And last remain is before visarga any vowel. And after visarga, pa and pa. Again visarga, we have to write like this. It's called upadmaniyana. Upadmaniyanam aushtau. This is called upadmaniya. But we are never write like this. Purnamadaf. But we have to pronounce it double F. Purnamadaf. Purnamidam. All the texts I have with Chandogya Upanishad, they have written like this only everywhere. It is confusing. No, we are not used to read like this. Purnamadaf, Purnamidam. But we have to chant definitely. Purnamadaf, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. So is complete. So how Visarga behaves in front of all hard consonant. And there is still one, it is actually chanting rule, but still we have to see if before Visarga any vowel and after Visarga the Ksha, Kshatriya Ksha. So we have to pronounce Visarga as it is. We can't say Tapo Bish Kshina Papana. We have to chant Tapo Bihi Kshina Papana. Same way, Sukhinaha Kshatriya Partha. We can't say any Sha Sha Sa. Sukhinaha Kshatriya Partha. So sometime in Gita chanting, no, people forget to chant this Visarga. But Visarga should pronounce properly. If it is followed by Ksha. This is a specific rule for Ksha.
Can you repeat what is
what is?
This the last rule? So we have to just pronounce what?
Whatever Visarga is there, that pronunciation of Visarga. If Visarga,
Tapo Bihi.
if before Visarga Ikara is there, then we have to pronounce Tapo Bihi. But if before Visarga Akara, then Sukhinaha. So whatever we have to pronounce, as it is we have to pronounce. We can't put any Sha, Sha in the place of Visarga. Visarga should be pronounced properly. This is only rule, no other. Okay?
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you again show the example of Gneyah Saha?
Yeah.
Yeah, here. So in this, why is it Gneyah Sa and not Gneyah Saha? in the end, there should be a visarga, right?
No, yeah, but this is maybe there are other word. Maybe they I have forgotten. But
Okay.
Neyasya Nitya Sannyasi. Actually, it is Nitya Sannyasi. Neyasya Nitya, I think, in second chapter. In the fifth chapter. Neyasya Nitya Sannyasi Yona Dveshti Nakangshati. So after Visarga, Nitya is there. Then what will happen to this?
Neyaso Nitya.
So what will happen to this Visarga?
It becomes O. Neyaso.
Yes, Nitya Sannyasi.
Say ro.
Like Namo Narayana.
Yeah, Namo Narayana.
Oh, it's a ro.
What you said is right, but in this Gita, they have not put so Nitya Sannyasi. They put only Nitya Sannyasi. If you have Gita, you can check. But this is rule, it can be Neyas so Nitya Sannyasi. It should be like this. But they have put like not so, Neyas Nitya Sannyasi.
Swaminiji, that is that rule, right? Where there is akara before visarga followed by any vowel except a and a. Visarga simply drops. So it will be neyasa nitya.
No, but it is a soft consonant,
Consonant,
right?
no?
Now
This is
it's
soft
soft.
consonant, yeah. So actually, Gneyasa here Nitya Sannyasi. So it is
Is it the soft consonant or is it the vowel? Which rule then?
This is only na plus ikara, no? But still in Gita they have written is a this simply they have dropped the visarga. It should not drop. So I have to check what you have asked, but it should be no.
No,
So
correct.
I have to check another there's some special rule in Gita. They have put like something. I will check and let you know. Rupagna. Actually, it is so only. Neyaso Nitya Sannyas, like Namo Narayana. But they have not put. But here they have Yasodum. It is same in fifth. Yasodum. Yeah. But why here no so? You know, they have given some exceptional rule in Gita or even some Upanishad also. I will find it out. Otherwise, it should come so. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. What? Yesterday I have put this no in front of you. Last time we have seen this. So I have given each and everything. This is a akara ending name. And it's called Pratipadika. Suppose Rama Shabda. So akara ending noun is Rama Shabda. So this Rama is called Pratipadika, means original name is Rama. It's called Pratipadika, technical name. But you have to remember this Pratipadika. What is the meaning of Pratipadika? That you don't ask me. They have given Pratipadika. Okay? Yeah. So now we will see Anton after that. First, let me see this. So in declension of Rama Pratipadika, first is a Prathama Vibhakti. In Sanskrit, is called Karta. In English name is nominative case. Same, they have Ekvachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam, singular, dual, and plural. So Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. So this Karta is always connect with Kriyapadam, verb. Suppose if I say Rama goes, so we have to write here Ramaha Gacchati. I think you must have remembered, no, Titahanti? Mi vahamaha sita tha. Everybody knows, no? So again, I have to repeat. Ramah gacchati. So if two Rama goes, then what should I write here?
Ramo gacchati.
Ramo?
Gacchati.
Gacchataha.
Ah, gacchataha. So always first case agrees with Kriyapada, gacchataha. And if there are many Ramas, you know, if they all are they go, then what I have to write?
Ramo gachanti.
Ramaha gachanti.
Ah, Ramaha gachanti. So always verb Kriya Pada in sentence, in Sanskrit syntax is always agrees with nominative singular. Whatever nominative case agrees with verb.
Karta
Yeah.
with
Karta with Kriya Pada. If Karta is singular, Kriya Pada is also singular. If Karta is dual, Kriya Pada is also dual. If Karta is plural, Kriya Pada is also plural. Karma is the second case. It's called accusative case. Suppose I say my favorite is Ramaha Vanam Gacchati. I don't know where should I write. But if we say Ramaha, you know little bit Sanskrit, everyone. So what would be the meaning of Ramaha Vanam Gacchati?
Rama
Rama goes to the Vana.
Rama's
Yeah, Rama goes to forest, no? The object of Kriya Pada, where Rama goes, always come in second case. If we ask, what? Suppose Ramaha Mrugam Pashyati. When this is, let's Gacchati. But if I say Pashyati, Rama sees, we ask, what Rama says. So when we ask what, the answer comes, that word always goes in second case. So I can write Mrugam. Mrugam means deer. Ramam, second case, here Mrugam. If Rama has seen 2 deers, then Mrugo. If Rama has seen more deers, then Mrugan. So there is no connection of accusative case, karma vibhakti, with Kriya Pada. Always Kriya Pada agrees with Karta only, nothing else. Even in passive case also. Is it clear?
Swaminiji, in Ramaha Vanam Gacchati, the question will be, where does Rama go?
Because
So
this
all-
Gacchati, because Gacchati is a Kriya Pada of something, movement. So
Yes.
in movement, we have to ask where. That's why I have changed. Pashyati, what? That's why only. So any
But
movement
yeah,
is
I thought where questions will be locative.
yeah, that's why. But in movement, any verbs connected with movement, we have to ask where. Because movement is going somewhere, no?
But Vanam is still correct usage, and still it is.
But we can ask where only. Where we have to ask where. So whenever some movement, suppose there is a Vrajati. Vrajati is also meaning to move somewhere. So we can't ask what Vrajati. We have to ask where. So any verbs connected with movement, For second case, if you have to find out which one is second case, we have to ask where only.
But
Except
Vanam
moment.
is second case,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But why it's not seventh case, I'm asking.
No, that's why I asked. That's why I have told you, no. This is the exception for movement, a verb which connected with movement. If we ask that verb, where does he go? Where he moves? We can't say what he moves. That's why if gachati, vrajati, there are many verbs are available in Sanskrit language. To ask to find out object of that movement, we have to ask where only. Except movement, we have to ask what.
But I think the word one is not similar to Ram, right? Like Ram is a ending masculine noun and one
No,
must be Vanam, right?
Yeah, that will come.
So
It is a neuter.
maybe
No,
the
no.
seventh case of Vanam will be Vanam
No, no.
only.
If I say Ramaha Ayodhyam gacchati, Punaha Ayodhyam gacchati. Let's see, we change the verb Ayodhya. Let me write. Still Akara, we have to find it out, no? Not Ayodhya. Is Akara ending. Again, you will ask, this is Akara ending. Let's find something. Ramaha Kupam prati gacchati. Kupa. Kupa means a well, which Anton has used. Kupam gacchati. Same way, if we ask Rama where Rama goes, we can't say what Rama goes. So whatever, whenever a verb indicates some movement is going, it sometime come, it's sometimes roaming. At that time, to find out second case or object, we have to ask where only. This is the rule. Even there are many. Seventh case also. Seventh case also we have to find. Same. We have to ask where Rama is sitting. If we say we under the tree.
So if we say Ramaha, is it Kupe? Kupe gacchati?
Huh? No. No, we can't say Kupe gacchati. We have to Kupam gacchati. But we say Rama is sitting. Rama Sidati. Where does Rama sit?
Where that seat, the sitting verb is stationary.
Yeah,
so it's
still.
a position. That time you use the location which is not moving. But a verb which is moving like gachati or running or traveling, then that time you use the accusative too.
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Swamiji, what if the sentence is Rama goes inside the well?
So there are, I will show you, there are some prepositions we have to add. 1 minute. Look. Here, ati above, inside, somewhere this, all side, around, upa near, in front of. So there are some prepositions will show inside. Ante, it is not given. Let's find out. Ramaha. Anukupam. You are asking inside the kupam. Somebody is trying to go inside. Eh? So let's put gachati. There is not given here. Yeah. Adi kupo. Adi. Yes, Adi. I think Adi. There is a one Adi. So the still Ramah inside the kupa. It is not given. There are many prepositions are given. In that they have given if inside, after, near, below, in front of, around. Same way there means some one preposition. It's given inside, in the. But we can say Ramah inside kupe gacchati. Can we use? Kupa means inside, no? In the kupa. But we can say Ramah kupe, like under the tree, we say Vrukshe. Gacchati. But whether it is correct, kupe gacchati. Ram went inside the kupa. So this is showing the location in the kupa. But kupe we can take as a on the at the kupa. What is the meaning of at then? So there must be some proper word, like some preposition must be available. So I will check it out. So I have to find out two things. One, what Nayasya Nitya Sannyasi, and inside there are many, I will check, there are many they have given simply this preposition where we can use. In Anton also, but they have given scattered. Okay. So what's we have seen here? Let me complete one sentence. What we have in Sanskrit, the grammatical function of a noun in a sentence is indicated by special terminations called case ending. What we have seen. For instance, noun putra becomes putraha when it is subject. So this putra, no, it's called pratipadika, but becomes putraha in nominative, means subject. It becomes putram when it is a direct object. What we express by means of prepositions such as with, by, to, for, from, of, in, etc. is also rendered into Sanskrit by case ending. So what I have put that Rama Shabda table. So I have put everything. With for third case, by even for third case, actually is a for. Here too, you know, in second for accusative, again, if some motion is going on, then we have to put two. Otherwise, there is a no need. From is for fifth. Of is called sambandha, means sashti. In means locative, adhikarana. Let's see. 1 minute. We finish. Oh. So this is Tritiya Vibhakti, is called Karana, with and by preposition. Okay. So Ramena Saha. If we need not to write a Saha, Ramena Lakshmanaha Vanam Gacchati. So with Rama, Lakshman goes to forest. Chaturtha Vibhakti is called Sampradana in Sanskrit. In English is called dative, and preposition is for. Punyaya aham dadami. For the sake of punya, this person gives some contribution. So for, so Ramaya, we will see in detail. Panchama Vibhakti is called apadana in Sanskrit. English, ablative. So Vrukshat Patram Patati. Vrukshat Phalam Patati. So from is a preposition. from the tree, leaf falls. Sixth case is called Sambandha Shashti. Sambandh always show relationship. Genitive case. Of a son of Dashratha is Rama. A son of Rama is Lava. Is of. It's called Ramasya. Saptami is called Adhikarana Saptami. In Sanskritam, English is called locative case. Here they have given at and in, but kupe gacchati, inside the kup, we can say what we have said, Ramaha kupe gacchati. Rama goes in well, kupe gacchati. And Ashtami is called Sambodhana. O Rama, otherwise vocative case. Bho Shambho, O Rama. So here, this Rama, Visarga drops only He Rama. That I have put in our WhatsApp group. So you can have all this. So we say, so Rama means Rama. Rama means to Rama. Ramena, with Rama or by Rama. Ramaya, for Rama. Ramat, from Rama. Ramasya, of Rama. Rame, at Rama or in Rama. Rama is Sambodhana, O Rama. Still detail, we will see next time. Any question? No? Clear? Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadam Evavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.